Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976 allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think you'll have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be
Along
as
the
bright
tower
as
of
the
the missing
sun.
incident.
And as you come around, and it feels so good, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Where is Cody?
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Thank you, Lisa Calhoun, for the chocolate hearts. How's everybody doing this evening? We're gonna talk about Tyre Nichols. I almost said Gibson, you guys. Lord have mercy. And I don't know where I got Gibson from. I'm thinking, I was thinking about the other Tyrese. But we're talking about Tyre Nichols. Hey, Lisa Calhoun's over here on Pecosha. Cole is over here. Purple D. Dee is over here. Mari is in the building. Lisa Calhoun. Let me see who else is in here. Lisa Taylor is in the building over here on Pecosha. So you guys, thank you guys for coming over here on YouTube. I'm happy to see you guys. I'm still working on some things. So, I know things don't look like they're supposed to look, but it is what it is. We're still working on the hot water. We got the hot water tank, but we need to get it installed. So, I'm breaking out right here. Cold water don't do me no good. Cold water just don't do me no good. But it's okay, we'll get it. We'll get it done this week. Kansas City is in the building. Don't y'all be mad at me because all of y'all is over here on the East Coast and the West Coast and down south. And don't get mad at Kansas City because we took on the Super Bowl. I mean, we won. We're in the building. Of course. Of course. I try to tell y'all guys that we are a whole different breed over here in the Midwest. I mean, I'm serious. I'm just being honest with you. You may not understand it, but it's a whole different ball game in the Midwest. It's different. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations to everybody in the Midwest. Like myself, I'm in Kansas. I grew up in Kansas City. So you guys know what was going to happen. You already knew what was going to happen. We got some young guys playing over there, but we got a lot of older guys too. And it's not all about the being aggressive and coming out there, Philadelphia came out, touchdown. They was like, hey, but we're like, we all right. Got to use some of your mind and the endurance. You guys might got the stamina, but the older cats got the endurance. And that's how you win. All right. Hey, Jaylyn Hurts. She said, I still love Jaylyn Hurts. Well, it's okay. It's okay, Dee Dee. You okay. So anybody that was on the Philadelphia side, I'm sorry. But, I mean, hey, it is what it is. You're going to put some respect on Kansas City's name. I'm just trying to tell you something, okay? Anyway, she said, endurance to the end. Midwest is in the house. We're in the building. Texas is Midwest. Well, somewhat. Texas don't claim Midwest. I think they claim something else, like something else. But anyway, they're still Midwest. Oklahoma, Kansas, you got Denver. I mean, all these little places, But anyway, so I was going to wear my shirt, but I kind of came late because they shut down the account. And I wanted you guys, I was like, oh my goodness. So I got it up and running. I was closing some stuff down, and then it said I can't come on unless I open it back up. So I had to run over there, try to open some stuff back up, and because you have to have verifications and 2 types of ways for people to get in your account, and I guess people are getting in other people's account. Your city got a whole lot of what? Your city got a whole lot of revenue. Oh, well, yes, we do. Because, I mean, just not last year, but the year before that, we won the Super Bowl too. So, I mean, we're not new to this. I mean, we always kind of up in the running somewhere. That's how, Kansas City was probably the underdog, and Philadelphia was the better team to win as far as the numbers and stuff. But when it comes to who wanted it the most, that was Kansas City. See what I'm saying? There's a difference when you got the numbers and everybody's saying, yeah, you're going to win. It's no big deal. And then you got this starving dog over here that's saying, I want to eat. And you know what? We don't have the cigars. We will have them after we eat. I want to eat. So we wanted it a little bit harder. And then, sometimes team beat themselves, fumbles and stuff like that, being, aggressive and just being too much, they gave a lot of balls to us. So that's what you get when you're playing rough. You got to play smart. Anyway, you guys, thank you, Dee, for becoming a mini fan. Get you on in there. We only got one fan member, and I think that's Lisa Calhoun. But anyway, you guys, we're going to talk about the Tyre Nichols case some more. I'm going to start just putting some videos out because I'm feeling some kind of way about this. Yes, Kansas City rocks. Yes, they do. And Tina Powers won $50. So she was playing. And I don't know where Woke the God is. She from Philly. She called me up. She was like, I just wanted to say, I still love you, even though we're gonna kick your butt today. And I said, girl, you better go ask somebody. We ain't coming all the way to Arizona to get our butts whooped. We coming because we want it. And you'll see when it's all over with. I had to call her and say, now what? She was like, I'll sleep. Yes, exactly. She sleep. Anyway. I'm sorry, you guys. You guys know that I love football and I love basketball. So when they're playing. Sometimes I even fall asleep on them, but I love it. I love the team. I love the team sport and people supporting. And then the whole town. Guess what? I went out Sunday because I had to buy that hot water tank. Lost everything. Lost my bill folder. Lost my license. Lost my schedule to my job. And so I was running all over the place. And I was like, I'm going to go get me a pedicure and calm down. I found everything, got everything handled, but I was just a hot mess. Everybody in the city was gone. They're either at somebody's house or at the bar, the sports bar or whatever. And it was just a ghost town in town. So I walked in and it was like, you can come right now. And I was like, here I am. Let's do my feet. And I was so happy to get them done because they needed them. Let's first of all talk about we love Zen. Yeah, she my girl, I rock it with her. But she lost. That's just period, okay? I'm sorry y'all don't like me right now, but she lost, okay? Talking all that mess. Philadelphia is a bad state, but you don't know about Kansas City. Kansas City, I keep trying to tell you guys, Kansas City is a really rough state to be small. And they call it like Little Chicago mixed up with a whole bunch of New York stuff. I mean, it's crazy. But anyway, it is really bad. I mean, not bad like, I mean, there's a lot of crime goes on. That's why I don't live in the city part. But they wanted it. They wanted it. You know what I'm saying? They wanted it. She says, yeah, we lost. Go Eagles. Yes, go Eagles. Go, 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 go. So somebody had to go home. Go Eagles. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm just a football fan. Don't mind me. But anyway, let's talk about Tyrese. Okay, Nichols, and what's going on. I told you guys there was 8 more police. I found out exactly what I just said. Because before we heard it was 8 more people. We did not know if it was police and EMS, first responders, fire department. No, it was 8 officers. Did you guys hear me? It was 8 more officers. She said, you're going to stop laughing at us. Maybe next year, honey. Maybe next year, but not today. I'm sorry, Didi. I'm sorry. Okay, but you should have known better. Okay, we wasn't playing. Okay, we just wasn't. Okay, so anyway, she said, "Okay." Don't be mad at me, Didi. She said, "It's okay." Okay. Well, it have to be because we already took it home. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. We'll see you next year. Maybe y'all get it or something. I mean, I don't know. I like the Cowboys, and I like Kansas City. And I've always liked them. And so, and Papa likes them too. So we just, we just happy about it. We would have went out, but like I said, I was all over the place losing stuff and finally got stuff together. I was just so tired. But I heard a lot of stuff going on the Tyre Nichols case. You guys, that chief of police, what's her name? Sierra Davis or whatever her name is. She needs to be fired. They need to go ahead and let her go. Because if you started this team and you said that you did, and here's the thing, you don't know what your team is doing, and they haven't been just doing this to one person. This didn't happen to Tyre. It's been happening to everybody in the town. When the pie is good and the cake is there, and everybody's saying, oh, they arrested 500 such and such. And then they got so much drugs off the street. and crime went down 2%, and you're smiling and you're getting the reward, this woman gets $250,000 a year for the oppression, and oppressive things that these mulligans, thugs, gang members that's called the Scorpions were doing. You telling me you didn't know none of this? This woman acting like, oh, when I finally seen the video. And at first, you guys, she was like, it's too premature to dismantle and disable. She's talking like it's a machine. You're talking about people. Disable Scorpion unit. That doesn't even make sense. You must have knew what you were doing, because you're not even talking like it. You were for the city. But anyway, I wanted you guys to check out the picture. Like I said, I was running all over the place trying to get the picture up there, and I'm so sorry. But the thumbnail that's up there, that's a picture, and two of the Scorpions is on that picture, and they're not in Tennessee. They're not in Memphis, Tennessee. That picture is taken for North Carolina. So is these people that she has brought with her from these other places like Atlanta? And I didn't even know she was in North Carolina. She worked in North Carolina. She's been working as a police in the police field for 35 years. But anyway, that picture was from North Carolina. But you see Preston, right? You see Preston, right? And you also see, guess who? Who else do you see on that picture? Demetrius, right? Okay. So anyway, these people, they know each other. And so she allowed whatever for the check. Yes, she did. She did. You cannot tell me that a whole year of they arresting all of these people going to jail, people in jail, they're actually filing out police reports that your people did this. She said, Soldier Girl said, yeah, she began in North Carolina. See what I'm saying? I didn't even know she was in North Carolina. She worked in North Carolina. She said she began in North Carolina and had a scandal at North Carolina and Atlanta, 3 times a scandal. And you know what? They need to make sure she don't work and put together none of them, because she believes in her heart to keep crime down, you need to press down on the African-American people. She need to get out of there, because crime happens in every race, creed, color, religion, or whatever. It just do. People get upset. People get oppressed. They get, scared. They tired. They're angry. Sometimes it's a mental situation, or maybe it's just they just don't want to work for it. But crime happens in every race, creed, and color. It just do. So if she just take out all the black people, there would not be no crime. She got to get out of here. There was no black people when, when they first started the history, their history, not my history, but their history, saying that, they discovered America. That was a crime right there. And there was no black people over here. So see what I'm saying? So everybody, every race and creed and color do stuff. You can't just say it's just one race, because if you really look at the population that's in jail, you've got every race, creed, and color in jail. You just do. You got gay people in jail, you got straight people in jail, you got white people, you got black people, you got Laotians, Africans, Canadians, you got every type of people in jail, because it's not one race. And you can't just sit there and just demolish a whole race because they're driving down the street. You can't do it. I'm just saying. And if anybody's for that, then, you're in the wrong place right now, because no, we're not doing that. I've got black kids. You might got black kids, and I don't want them killed just because they're going down the street or they're going to the store. I don't want them killed. So she needs to get out of there, and she's got black kids. Okay? And she needs to get out of there, Because if you want to oppress just black people, stop, get away. And I mean, she makes me sick. She should be ashamed of herself. She really should. And go get another job. In every one of her things, she was saying, you know, she's for the people in the neighborhood, in the committee, and the community. And this is none. This is totally the opposite. And it just didn't start this day. She trying to act like this was a one-time, this is isolated incident. You get out of here. You can't even tell me that lie. That's a bald-faced lie. You can't even tell me that. Even when she watched the video, guess what she said? She tried to act like she didn't see the video till down the road. If she didn't see that video till down the road, she is the worst supervisor, the worst police chief ever. Because when you designed and operated a unity of people to come together and do a job, and you don't oversee what they're doing, then you're okay. You are responsible for what you put together. I mean, the name up by itself speaks for it all. Why would you name something that's supposed to be for the people Scorpion? Come on, y'all. Come on. That told you. And then when she's talking about this unit that's together, she's like, we need to disable I don't think we need to disable the Scorpion unit altogether. There's some good and all this other stuff. You know what? When you killed 10 people and you still saying, well, they did some good, all the good in the world don't mean anything because you killed 10 innocent people. One. Even when you kill one, you killed the wrong one. And if this was her child, I would like to see how she would respond to all of this shenanigans that's going around. And she's acting like she didn't know about it. And, oh, it's just devastating. And when I seen it, it's horrific. And da-da-da-da-da. She's trying to act like, oh, this is all new to her. Get out of here. I believe, and she is married, but I believe you letting this happen, you're probably sleeping with one of them boys. You're probably sleeping with Demetrius. You're probably sleeping with Demetrius. Go tell your husband I said that, because you let them just take over, and you can't do that. Why would you become the chief of police and you let a whole gang underneath you just go and do this to your community, to your people that you say that you love? And then you just turn your head like you don't see it. You see it. You seen it. And you knew about it. She acting like she's innocent. They need to fire her. And you know what? Yeah. I was trying to get her picture and they wouldn't let me clip her picture. I was trying to get her picture and they wouldn't let me clip it. Or you would have been seeing her on the front page and for the next 5-6 days. I'm serious. I want her out of there. And they say she got kids. It's terrible. It's terrible. You know, I don't know how she sleep with herself at night. I just don't. You know, it doesn't matter to me because I guess Preston done got fired. But if you really go back and look at that video, Preston was like, where's my glasses at? I lost my glasses when he was fighting me. Fighting you, then you should be charged too, Preston, because people acting like the only thing you did was a taser. If he knocked your glasses off and he was fighting for his life and you was fighting him, you was wrong too. And I'm telling you guys, he was trying to tase him. You was holding him down. That's a part of the kidnapping. So Preston needs to be charged just with the other 5. I don't care. Yes, she is a disgusting person. She is. She's very disgusting. And you know what? Like I said, you know, I don't care what color you are. It don't matter to me. It just matters that you're doing stuff to people that you need not. Don't tell me that you're the police And then we need the police to police the police. But y'all doing good work. Good work what? You've got people coming out the woodwork saying you snatched them out the car. They snatched me out the car. I was just finna go get a donut. They snatched me out the car. I was finna go to get a pizza. The one girl said she was trying to get a red box movie, and Demetra snatched her out the car, pulled her shoulder out of place. She said that was him, and then arrested her. And then, she had to pay to get out. She got searched, body searched. Let me tell you something. I've never been to jail before, but I've been searched before. And that's because they said I had something that I didn't have. And if I didn't let them search me, I wouldn't be able to visit this person ever again. So I did. And it's the most embarrassing thing in the world. Somebody all in your private area, your pocketbook, looking when you ain't did nothing. This woman went through double hockey stick just because she was getting a movie. And asked. They didn't ask her for her ID. They didn't ask for driver's license. They didn't even say why they stopped her or anything. She was just getting a movie. He was too close. Same charges for Preston. Yes. Are they investigating her? They better be, because I know at the end of the day, let me tell you something. This guy, and some people got the information wrong, but I'm going to tell you what I heard. And you know what? It's not set in stone, because you go here, you hear it over here. It's a little bit different. You go over here, it's a little bit different. But let me tell you what I heard. So this Demetrius guy, he must be the head guy. But he went and he put on his mask, and then he started talking to Tyre. He put on his mask like he don't want nobody to know who he is. And he's like, why would you hold a whole conversation with somebody you don't even know? But you want to hide your face so you can't even be described or recognize who you are or something. But, y'all having this encounter, this conversation. Well, you're having it with him because he don't even know why the heck. You know what, to be honest, I think they were looking for somebody, and who knows, they were waiting for somebody to leave FedEx or whatever, or he done befriend somebody at FedEx, and they done took it to a whole different level. Okay? I'm just telling you what I believe. Anyway, I'm trying to keep it down, you guys. I'm trying to keep it down. So anyway, T-Star said, woo, I guess she decided to bring it back. Yeah. Yes. Hey, welcome, Crown. How you doing? Come on in. So anyway, you guys, they're saying since there is 5 police that is fired, they're not even only charged, but they're fired. Now there's 6. And they're charging 8 more that might have to be behind the desk, or, I don't know if they got, paid leave or whatever, but they're not on the streets. 8 more officers. That means that's 13, 14 people, officers, that they are down. Do you not know if 14 officers are down and they cannot work their beat, and they cannot help? They're thinking about the chaos that's going to happen in Memphis. You know what they're saying? You guys are not going to believe this. I heard it from the horse's mouth. You guys know, I'm going to tell you. They're saying that they are going to call in the government. You heard me right. They do not have enough police to police the people in Memphis, because 14 of their officers is out of the system of working right now. 5 of them charged, or 6 of them charged, and 8 more pending. The 8 is charged. I don't know why I said pending. Forgive me. But they're talking about calling in the government to police down there in Memphis. Now, people's like, they done jumped out the fire into the frying pan. I mean, they done jumped out the frying pan into the fire. No, they have not jumped out the frying pan into the fire. But yes, do you think they are going to declare a martial law? If that's what they call it, I just know that, any given time when, they feel like their police, they don't have enough police to police the area, they will call in the National Guard. I remember when I was a young little girl, right here where I live, but I was on the north side of town. A police officer threw a young man in the glass at the laundromat on 21st Street. 21st Street is a very well-known street where a lot of, when it becomes evening time and the sun is settling, people get out there walking shorts and their dogs, and they walk up and down the street in the cars. They like to have the cars, and I mean, there's blocks and blocks and blocks where people just walk and talk, and each and everybody. If you know 2 people over there, 5 over there, who got that car or whatever. And, there's deals being done. There's people just chit-chatting, drinking and doing whatever, smoking or whatever. But, it's calm. It's just they don't like for people to come together like that, because sooner or later somebody going to get mad. It's like a big old family reunion. Sooner or later somebody going to get mad, and then there's going to be some gun shooting and some fighting going on. But anyway, they took this kid, and he wasn't resisting, but they threw him into the glass window at the laundromat, and the glass came down and chopped him stomach, right? I didn't get to see it, but my brothers was there, and they got to see it, and they come running home, and they telling mama, and they was telling mama, and my eyes was big. And I knew the kid because the kid used to beat up my brothers all the time, until one time my mama told my brothers that you all go down here and whoop his tail and don't come back until his name was Cato. And Cato was the big bully. Cato would whoop one of my brothers at a time. He'd say, stand there and I'll get you next. And he wouldn't leave. He would stand there and wait for his butt whooping. And my mama and they all come home, and Cato whooped us all. And mama said, all of y'all, I mean, it's too many of y'all for him to whoop all of y'all. They was like, he took his time, told us to stay there, and he just whooped us one at a time. My mama said, jump on them all at the same time. He won't whoop you no more. So then that's what my brothers started doing. They all jumped on Cato at one time and beat his butt. But so Cato died, right? And it was too many, because it's just a dominant black area, and the people was outside. They were mad, they were angry, and guess what? The National Guard came into town, and they put it on TV that everybody need to go into the house. And and it was like 8-10 o'clock. And if you were out, then you're going to get beat. And that's what they did. And they came down the street. And I remember looking out the window, and the dogs was out there, and they were walking down the street. Choo, 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 choo. I was like, oh my God. I was scared. I was so scared. I was like, Mama, what is going on? And she was like, she makes sure everybody in the house, because if you was out there, you were going to get beat down. But because they were burning cars, they was putting businesses on fire. But the weird thing about it, which I didn't understand, is like, why you putting everything on fire in our neighborhood? Like, we only got one store. So if you burn that store, how we gonna get to the store over there? You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody got a car, and the kids like me and my brothers, we would walk. My mother was a big woman, so we would walk to the store for my mom, So how are we going to get some food way over there if y'all burn it all? So I didn't. I mean, as a kid, I couldn't understand it, but I just stood back and watched. But when they do have curfews like that, people get hurt, and you never hear nothing about it. So there was some people got beat down that night. But anyway, back on to what I was saying is, like I said, when the government comes in, they will probably have a curfew, because they're not just going to stand around and stop people because they driving reckless and stuff and things. But here's the thing. They were just last year, this unit been together for a whole year. But in like 6 months in the year, they were having this luncheon buffet type of thing, and they were getting awarded. She was getting awarded for crime being solved down in her area and all this other stuff. This is why I'm telling you guys, she knew. She had to know. You getting these awards because you got crime down in your area. Y'all got 500 and something arrests. Y'all got 200 and something tased. And it's like, I don't get it. I don't understand. You cannot put together a gang like that, because that's what it was. It was a gang to take out another gang. And they're doing unlawful things. They don't even come out and say, police. They just, get out your car, mother effer. Stand over here. Do this, do that. Go over there, go over there. You don't even know if they're the police. You're like, oh my God. And then they're like, you're resisting arrest to the police officer, and you did this to a police officer. I don't know who you are. You just pulled me out the car, cocked a gun to my head, and told me to pray to my God because you're going to blow my mother effing head off. That's what you said to me. And so these people are coming up and they're saying this stuff about the Scorpion unit, that they've been doing this to them. And so now they've got 3 more lawsuits against them. And it's because they could have prevented this. If she would have looked into some of the complaints, Tyre would still be here today. I believe he would be here. She is the, what they call the catalyst to all of this. She's the catalyst. She is what ignites all of this to happen. If it wasn't for her, he would be still here. If she would have took some kind of see, nobody wants to take any kind of responsibility to this. Somebody ran that thing. And you know what? I believe that when they show what they have done and how successful they were beating somebody, that's why. Look at this picture, man. I mean, I did 10 blows and I did this and I did that and all this other stuff. You know, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being in an unmarked police car, but you at least identify yourself. You just don't come in, get out the car. That right there, you violated this person's right. They don't know who you are. And now you're saying, you didn't obey my this. And he's like, what did I do? Who are you? What's going on? He's screaming, mama, 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 mama. And they thinking it's all funny. You know what? They should go to jail for life. I wouldn't give them the death penalty. You know, I mean, even though they killed this guy, I wouldn't give them the death penalty. I'm just being honest with you. You know what I'm saying? But I think that they should suffer. Because, I mean, be around the people you put in prison and fear for your life without your boys for a long time. Because even though that this family, the Wells family, because she's married to her husband, and he's very protective of his wife. And I just think it's beautiful how he's there for her and he's right by her side. And she don't even have, I'm gonna tell you guys something. I watch it over and over and over, and I look at the mom. She wants to say so much and she ain't even got words, really. She's saying the same thing over and over and over. She just can't, it's like a nightmare to her. She just want to wake up and just find out that this is all a dream. And every day she wake up, she just can't even believe. Like, I mean, one day your son is here and the next day your son is gone. What the heck? I mean, nobody wants to wake up. I mean, she don't want to wake up. She don't even, she, you know, and then people are saying nasty stuff about her. Like, Yeah, it's all about you know what? This woman can care less about the money. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. She can care less. All the money in the world, she would want her son back. I promise you. She would hand it to you on a silver platter and tell you to keep it long as her son is here. I guarantee it. I mean, that is not going to do nothing but try to comfort her through the rest of her life because she bared that child. She raised that child. It's her child. It's her child. And she can be angry all she wants. She ain't even showing it. She praying for these people. And people's like, well, when she's praying for them, that means, she's all that kumbaya, go, this, that, and the other. Everybody standing around holding hands. She just don't want nobody else dead. She don't want her own kid dead. She want him here. Only thing she can remember the good things. Because he was a good kid. I'm just being honest. They couldn't do that with that police chief allowing it. Exactly. I can't imagine. It's very sad. Trust me. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I couldn't even get out of bed. They'd be like, you coming to work? They'd be done, put my house in foreclosure and everything. I couldn't get out of bed for a while. I'm like, I love the Lord and everything, but it's different when somebody died naturally, and it's different when somebody takes their life. You guys, you are angry and you can't show it because you're a God-fearing person, but it's okay to be angry. It's okay. But do not let the sun go down on it. So every night she's trying to keep her sanity, you guys. She's trying to breathe. Some days she say it's a good day. Some days she say it's a bad day. She don't know. Anyway, what else was going on? So they did find out, and some people say, okay, Demetrius, he sent the letter to 5 people. No, he sent the letter to 6 people. He told them in his deposition, he sent it to 5, but they found out that he sent it to 6. The 5 that he talked about was some kind of police force or law enforcement or whatever. Maybe he got his bragging rights. This is his trophy. Probably sent one to his girlfriend. Probably said, hey, I got the darkest end in the world. Can you beat this man? Or is this the person we looking for? Don't even know if that's the right person. But he sent it to 5 people. And then he also sent it to one person that was not law enforcement. Now, some people say it was his girlfriend or his baby mama. I'm sorry, allegedly, one or the other. I don't know, and I can't tell you who it was. But I bet you as this unravel more and more and more, yes, Freddie, that's right. Did he say, I bet there's more? And I keep this mama in my prayers. I really do. I don't know how she do it. What else could you say? What else could you say? Anyway, what are you guys thinking about? Tell me what you're thinking about. I done told you everything that's new. There was some more stuff, but every time when I get ready to come on here, this computer started doing some crazy stuff. It's doing some crazy stuff right now. She don't know how to feel from day to day. I can't and never want to imagine that pain. Exactly. And she says that when she felt some pain in her stomach and went in the den to her husband, she was like, oh, this pain. And, she must have felt him. She must have felt him. And some people may believe that, and some people like, So we don't care what you think, because this is her son. And she knows what she felt. She knows what she felt. She didn't know what it was then. Like she said, I didn't know what it was. No reason for me to have pain in my stomach. But now I know what it was. He was 3-4 houses away from his house, calling, screaming his mama's name. hoping that she would hear him outside 3-4 houses down. And you know what? I bet they knew where he lived because they had the license plate. So they knew where he lived. So you know what they did? They just kept circling that house, making sure he couldn't get to that house. I bet. Thank you, good man. Thank you for the chocolate heart. If anybody wants to come up on the panel, tell me what you think about it. I wrote what I was thinking. Okay. I'm a put up the thing. You ain't got to show your face. Yes, believe it. It happened to me when my mom was dying. Yeah, I know. I dreamed of somebody before and I couldn't figure out the name. And when that person did, I seen it in my dream and we put it all together. I had said the name backwards. I was saying, can't remember the little boy's name now. But Demetrius Haley took 2 pictures on his personal cell phone of the obvious injuries, Nichols, after he had been handcuffed, according to the Tennessee peace officer standards. And no, he took 6 pictures, Brown Sugar. He admitted to sharing a photo in a text message with 5 people. Oh, what? Come up, Brown Sugar, or call in or something. Okay, Freddie, what's going on?
I tell you, I can't even still finish looking at all of those videos and seeing his face and what they did to him. That wasn't brutal murder. That was just murder. I mean, how can they just stand up and do that and even watch and not even have a heart? I can't understand that. I really can't.
Right, I can't either. I just don't understand how they were just beating him. And then here's the worst. To be honest with you, the worst is how they bragged about it and talked about it like I was throwing them haymakers, man, and he was taking it, and I was kicking him like he was some kind of this, and I hope they stump his butt. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And like I was saying, all of that blood had to be on this scene. It had to be blood there too.
It had to be.
My Lord, I tell you, I haven't finished watching those videos. I got to 2. I didn't. When it got to, I cut it off on 2. I couldn't even stand to watch it. And he hopping after him, kicking like he did. He should have broke his whole leg. Yeah. That's what he should have did, broke his whole leg.
Well, but did you see the Preston was like, I need to find my glasses. And somebody asked where was it? And he said, I lost them when he was fighting me.
What? Oh, no.
So we didn't see nothing about Preston in a fight with him. How did Preston lose these glasses, but he's not being charged with the other 5 if he took off your glasses? They were trying to make it seem like Preston just tased him. Preston say on the video, when I was tasing him, when he was fighting me, he knocked my glasses off.
He had on his glasses. I seen that. His glasses came off because he was doing something that he wasn't supposed to be doing, beating this man, tasing him to death. I believe a lot.
He didn't say when he was tasing him. He said, out of his own mouth, he said his glasses came off when Tyre was fighting him.
My Lord.
He said that out of his own mouth.
My Jesus. Like I said, some of the girl I just had to just turn it off.
Hello?
Because, I believe a lot of times what people do is, the police, a person died from a heart attack. If you're tasing someone that has a heart problem and even have a what you call that hard thing on them, that what you
A
call it?
pacemaker.
Yeah, pacemaker. I
Yeah.
just went to thinking about that. A person having a heart attack because they tased them more than one time they have on that pacemaker.
Yeah.
They weren't thinking about nothing. They thought it was all okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Let's just beat this man to death and brag about it and take pictures and oh, it's okay. And he grabbed at this and he did that. And I'm looking for all of this and I don't see it in the video what they were saying that Tyre did.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
lies. Just lies.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
call it trying to cover. I tell people all the time, don't try to cover me with, don't try to cover yourself with my behind. Don't try
Exactly.
and that's what they were doing.
Right. So Brown Sugar just sent me the article. One of the former Memphis officers charged in connection with Tyre Nichols' death took a photo of Nichols after he was handcuffed and texted to multiple people, according to newly obtained state records. Demetrius Haley took 2 pictures on his personal cell phone of the obvious injuries Nichols after he had been handcuffed, according to a Tennessee peace officer standards and training commission documents obtained by ABC News. He admitted to sharing a photo. He admitted to sharing a photo in a text message with 5 people: a civilian employee, 2 Memphis police officers, and a female acquaintance. While administrative investigation uncovered that a 6th person also received the same photo, which, accordingly to the documents, same thing I just said. He tried to say he just sent it to 5 people and it was like, law enforcement and this, that, and the other. But he said, why would you take a picture of somebody in distress that you done beat down, taking pictures of it? So they need to go to his house and get all his pictures, confiscate his phone. How many other pictures you been bragging about what you done did? They're going to have to open up all them cases, Freddie.
You know what, too? And those 5 people, how many did they send the photos to? Just like what you call
Yeah.
it, like it ricochet. This person sent it to that person, and there's no telling how many people got this video when he said he sent it to 5 people.
But you know what? This ain't his first time taking pictures of what they done did and sent them to people. So it's all on his phone. And I guarantee you, when they start looking at his phone and seeing this other stuff, he done sent these pictures, they done did these pictures and talking to them people. This people like this was personal. No, I don't know, Dee Dee. I don't believe that. I mean, when I talk to the dad and the dad talked to me, I understand what the dad is talking about, and I don't believe that this boy was messing around with his baby's mama. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think he could even pretty much take care of himself. That's why he's staying with his mama and daddy, let alone go take care of another woman and her baby. He got a baby. You know what I'm saying?
And when you see that baby, that baby shows and tells what he's preferring women, what his taste is. A beautiful baby they have together.
A beautiful boy.
I am glad, thank you, Lord, that he do have somebody to carry on his name. But then that baby, when he get older and get a chance to check really everything out, he's not gonna care for police officer, period.
Well, they had Rodney King's daughter on an interview, and I was watching it, and she started breaking down crying. She says it never goes away. People always talking about it, and it's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? She was like, "It like you relive it. You see what your dad had to go through and relive his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and and it was something she said. He said, I can't remember it now, but I was like, wow. I mean, it was very profound what he said, and I was like, wow, I should have wrote it down. But she started crying. She started crying again. Rodney King's daughter, and
Mm-hmm.
he was just saying that to see your dad being beat like that, and the whole world sees it.
Mm-hmm.
But he lived. He lived.
Exactly.
And here's Tyree, he didn't. And people get mad and they was like, oh, she is always talking about money. You know, everybody know that they're gonna pay very well. They're gonna pay because they have already admitted they're wrong. And that's the best thing to do, to come out and admit you're wrong real quick, instead of using the the community and their city money to act like you didn't do nothing wrong, when the whole world sees what you're doing wrong. And they should have been caught a long time ago. It's just, they should have. They some, you know what, they are some nuts. I want to call them a word, but something keep telling me to quit saying that word. But they were some nuts. And I bet you they just, it's just unbelievable how they were doing these people in that town, in that state.
Yeah.
And then the chief of police allowed them to do it. And I say she did allow them. If not only not charging her, but fire her and never let her work in the police department again. If she putting together these type of these things are not good.
Jesus Christ.
And I guarantee you, I'm gonna say this, and somebody gonna get mad at me, but I guarantee you, when they find out who all got them pictures, I bet you somebody that's just lily white got that picture.
Well, I don't care what
Like
color they
Strickland.
are.
Like Strickland.
Yeah, I don't care what color they are. I'm talking about, I'm kind of glad, well, I am glad that it got out like it did. Because, see, he's not the only one that they killed. You can't tell me he is.
Okay, Brown Sugar says she just screenshot of him taking one of the pictures to your. Oh, I know he took the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, we established that from day one.
Okay.
No, just because. So this is what people were saying at the beginning. Like, there was a picture. The picture was taken, and the streets were saying, "Hey, it's got to do with this woman and this baby and all this other stuff." And then some people got angry with me because I'm like, we're not gonna. We already talked to the dad, and
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna respect him and his wife.
Yeah.
And until more information come out, we're just gonna. If this is what he say, then that's what we're gonna go with. But if we find out any more information, okay, we did find out that the pictures, because I asked him, I said, we heard that, because I had heard it before, you guys had heard it because I was already watching it and everything, but I had told him, I don't know if Brown Sugar was in the live when I was talking to him on the phone, but no, I think you had just came in at the end of it, Brown Sugar. But I had asked him, is it true that because there were some pictures taken and sent to one of the police officers' baby's mama, and that he allegedly Tyre was supposed to have messed with her, and he said it was not true, and he said it's nowhere near the truth. That, and even if it was, it just wasn't. I mean, it just wasn't, and and that's what he said. It just was not, and he don't want people to put out there things that was not true. So I was like, okay, we're going to respect that, and we won't put that out there. And then somebody came right in the chat and said something about it, and I was like, oh Lord, okay, we will speak on it because you asked, but we're going to respect what the Father says, and until somebody show me. Now, I did find out the woman's name, and here's the thing, you guys, and I'm just telling you, anytime I find out something, I'll let you know what I found out. Found out the woman's name that they're talking about. And the picture of Tyre holding up the baby, she has on her Facebook page. This is prior to this situation. Then she posted some stuff. And so I don't know, I don't know. And like we said, we're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. And because we don't want to lose focus. We do know that they beat him, and I don't care what reason. He could have spoke to his baby mama, and he just putting fear in anybody that speak to her or look at her or something, or befriend her. Who knows?
Just idiots.
But just because things look a certain way, please send it to you. No, the researchers need to send it to me, not me finding it and then send it to the researchers, because
oh shit,
you'll find it. You'll find it anyway. You find it. We'll talk brown sugar. I actually do need you to do some searching, so I understand. But I'm not gonna. Sometimes, and I'm not saying this about brown sugar, but sometimes there's people that are, text me later on and say, "Hey, can I get the phone number, or can I get that person's name or something?" And I have already read what they said in the chat, so I'm like, why would I send it to you? You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, we're not doing it. She said, I tried searching for her several times. Well, I got her name. I got her name in a Facebook name and everything. So, and some people trying to say that the baby is his baby is by her. No, it is not. She's a black girl. She's a black girl. This baby is not. This baby is mixed. Whenever you get through,
that right.
Whenever you get through, this baby is mixed.
Okay.
And this girl is black. I mean, she's not black like me, but she's light. She red bone, but still that baby wouldn't be looking like that. So I'm just saying, and they probably just want people to just leave the baby out the whole picture. And I would too. I would tell. I would come on a person live and say, "Leave my grandson's name out your mouth."
Yeah.
It to me still don't matter if Tyre was talking to her or not. Absolutely, no one deserves to be brutally beaten. Thank you, Phyllis. This group was used to control. Yes, it was. It was a terrorist group. That's all it was. It was a terrorist group. It sure was.
Jesus, my Lord. Okay, SP, I'm going to get ready to go back in the chat, and everybody have a happy Valentine and be blessed. Right.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to give one person a chance to call in or come up on the panel, whichever one you want to do. Come on, you're going to get a ticket, whichever one you want to do. Let's do it real quick, you guys. Tell me what you're thinking. And brown sugar, I should have been done called you and gave you that name. I didn't write it down, so I'll go back and get it and everything and give you all the information. because you the one that's really been really working on this. They were gang members, exactly. They were gang members. You guys, we're gonna keep this family in our prayers. Here we go. Brown Sugar, what's going on?
Hello, good evening, everyone. You right. You should have been called me and given that name, but it's okay.
He had called. Well, he didn't call in. He was calling me back. He didn't know that I was live. And then we just started talking, But I mean, I wasn't gonna put him out on blast or anything. If conversation would have got kind of, different, I would have just, muted it. But he only thing he was saying was his son, his desire was not, African American women. He liked to date white women, and that's the way he was. That's why he liked skateboarding, and he didn't grow up in Memphis. He grew up in California, and that's just not him. That's what he liked. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, he was like, no, that's all he liked, like, and I understand what he's saying, because I got to thinking about it today, and I was like, if I was about his age, 25 or 27 or whatever, and I met a guy and he like, oh, I like skateboarding, I'll be like, okay, you like skateboarding and watching the sunset. Well, okay, well, I'll call you later or something, because that's not the type of guy that I would date. I don't date those type of guys. I date the type of guys that like cars and like motorcycles and going out to eat, and you know what I'm saying, dancing and stuff.
Yeah, I understand everyone had their own preferences. Like what they like about type of person they want to be with.
Yeah. So a lot of women, if you tell a woman that you like to skate, she gonna be like, okay, we're not going on the first date. You know what I'm saying? Because that's boring to me. I don't want to watch you skate. You know what I'm saying? That seems like a real younger type of mentality. And so I would think that of the other fellow, and I wouldn't date him. I'm not saying anything wrong with him. I'm just saying, I don't want to date somebody that's skating. I want somebody that's driving a car, and you know what I'm saying, a little bit more mature. I would think that, he's just not my cup of tea. And he wouldn't be. He just would not be, because, that's not fun to me. But it's fun to him. And that's all that's matter. It's fun to him. But we would not be a good couple. That's all I'm saying. We would not be a good couple. But to somebody else, they, in California, that's what they do. Just like in Las Vegas, they skate, they skateboard. They do stuff like that. They go to the beach. Everybody's working out, working on their body. They got parrots and stuff walking on them and stuff, walking down the beach, and you know what I'm saying? Everybody on the bicycle. It's just like, you come to Kansas, everybody here got a car. You go to New York, nobody got a car. Everybody ride the bus and the subway and stuff. And I'm like, I can't live in New York, because I need to go where I need to go. I don't want to wait 30 minutes. I don't want to wait with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I got 3-4 places to go. I want to get there, go and park in my driveway. They ain't got nowhere to park. They ain't got, it's different in different states. And when he grew up in California, around the people he grew up, that's how he grew up. And that's what makes him who he was.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So he was not used to the type of females that's in Memphis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know what? I wonder, are we gonna ever know the reason why this happened, and what was the purpose of the picture taking? The picture taking.
I believe they're gonna find out the purpose of the pictures, because they're gonna have to ask, and then they're gonna look in his history, And how many other pictures you done took and sent to who? And why are you sending it to him? And what all been said afterwards? You know, people talk a whole bunch of crap after the fact, just like they did after they beat Tyre. They were sitting there just talking about it, bragging about it. Yeah, I was hitting with the haymakers and the blows. Yeah, my glasses fell off. My glasses fell off when he was fighting me. And did you see him? He was reaching for the gun. And girl, they was making up a lie and a narrative as they go. And they was like, yeah. Getting their story together. So everybody have the same story. It's
being filmed at the same time.
Exactly.
That was stupid.
Exactly.
You know what? That was stupid.
Yeah, but we found her, Brown Sugar. We found her.
Okay, because I couldn't find that woman.
I found her.
Wow.
She's a pretty girl too. She's a pretty girl. Yeah.
I get a name.
Yeah.
Find out phone numbers.
Yeah, we gotta find out, did he send a picture to her? Because one of them is just to a woman acquaintance.
Yeah, I know. I read that. And it could be.
Yeah, you're right.
It could be. It could be possible. You know, I mean, we don't know.
Well, what do he get out of sending a picture to a woman? Okay, when more information comes up, we're going to talk about it.
Okay, John.
Okay.
You know what, though? I just had a thought. What was it?
Hey, King Day. Hey, Brandon.
Gonna come back.
King Day P.
Hey. Could it have been possible that he thought that, you know, him and her had something going on?
No. Demetrius thought that him and her had something going. It could have, because he could have helped her move something or whatever. You know, I've had people bring me home from work because my car is messed up, and then they're in the middle of something. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing but you just gave me a ride home. It could have been something that simple, you know? But to say a relationship, no. That I think when it wasn't bad to think it and put it on the shelf, but after the family says no, it wasn't that, I say, okay, well, we'll look at everything else. But if it continues to lead us to that, and wait until somebody say something, or it's going to be in the documents. We'll get to see it.
Yes. And those pictures, I'm quite sure there were text messages along with those pictures in there.
Yep. And I bet you when we hear how he wrote whatever he wrote, we will probably want him to have the death penalty.
Well, I don't know, but I can't, you know, I want, you know, I can't.
Well, you got to put yourself in the mama's shoe.
Yeah,
While you sitting there saying, no, I can't, I won't. But I mean, if it was your son and then the way that they behave or something, I don't know. I mean, you know, they killed him.
Yeah,
but when it's your son, it'd be different.
No. I want, you know, that's just like wishing death on, you know, for another person. I don't like talk. I don't even talk about that. But I prefer to see a person to spend the rest of their life locked up than to be given a death penalty. You know, that's how I feel. You know, I'm not. You know, everybody has their own opinion, so I'm not knocking no one up. You know how they feel about those.
Exactly.
It's just my opinion. That's how I feel.
I don't believe in the death penalty, but then, and I never have. I don't even sit on nobody's jury in court. But the way that this young man died and was beaten, if it was my child, I'm pretty sure I would be thinking it. I really would.
Yeah,
I really would, because this is the law. This is not he did anything. He was just going home minding his own business, and this unit decide to just hurt someone for their own, to be honest with you, I believe to move up into their squad or their team, or hey, I've got 20 underneath my, like it's a game or something. But the way he died, he suffered, Brown Sugar. He suffered. He cried out.
I know.
He cried out. So I don't, like I said, I don't believe in the death penalty, but I wouldn't stop it. If it was my son, I just wouldn't, because like, you took somebody's life, but I just don't believe in the death penalty myself. But like I said, it's each their own. It's the law,
Yeah,
you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Yeah, you're right. But like you said though, we can't, speak on how we feel, unless we in that,
oh yeah, it changes. It changes, because I hear people all the time. They'll tell me, "Oh no, I would never da 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 da." And you know what? Months and months and months go by, even years go by, and then they find them in that situation, and they're doing the same thing that they said they couldn't understand this person did. And, like I said, she praying for him, and that's a good thing to pray for him. I mean, she trying not to be angry, and it's hard, it's just the way life is, but just keep trusting in the Lord and keep going.
And this was a crime committed by people who we're supposed to trust, by people who're supposed to protect and serve us, but instead, they are killing us.
Yeah. Hey, Lisa Taylor, thank you for the Poke Avenger, the Mini Ranger, and the Mini Ranger and the Poke Vader. Yeah.
Okay, then, well, that's all I say. I really, get off this song.
All righty. You take it easy.
All right, you too, today. Nice talking to you.
All righty.
Everyone have a blessed day.
All right, you too.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Bye-bye. Okay, family. I'm finna get off of here. I gotta get some things going. I gotta work tonight. We're gonna stay on this case, and we're gonna follow it a little bit. I'll have a lot more information. Wednesday, I do have an in-service, but I'll be here, or I'll come on early or something, because I've got the worker coming here to fix some things. And so I'm not going to in-service. I need some stuff fixed. So I either be here, and if he gets it done fixed fast, I'll go to my in-service, but I'm not really trying to. Other than that, I'll come on early, and I'll see you guys Wednesday, and it'll probably be around about 1 o'clock. All right, you guys, be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. Bye.